great defence position. If you want to get at the enemy the other side, they're going to be blowing up the bridges. You've still got to get across to advance or retreat, whatever the situation is. So again, this would be on its own that way. You know, you're going to be using the rest of your force in that sort of, you know, covering manner.
Absolutely. So in this situation, we found the correct crossing. Before that's even contemplated moving forward, we're going to have tanks, a troop of tanks in Overwatch. They're going to be looking over the object, so they're not looking at the immediate ground, they're looking in depth, 1-2 kilometres away, ready to react to any sign of enemy movement. As HR is being given, this is going to advance, but it's not going to advance by itself. This is going to be sandbagged by a troop of tanks, i.e. you're going to have 4 tanks crawling forward. The tank's job there is to attract enemy fire. We cannot lose this asset. It will deny the momentum and it will in effect stop us dead in our tracks. You'll see it smoking there, yeah? No smoke grenades or anything like that. Similar to what you'll see shortly on the other vehicles. All we're doing is spinning these onto turbos to create that smoke. Very effective, but as remember with all smoke, it stops the enemy seeing, but it can also stop you seeing. So you've got to be diligent with your use of it.
And so the vehicle lays the bridge, will it always cross it or back off, or what happens afterwards?
I can think of very few examples where the Titan would go over that. What's going to happen as soon as that bridge is laid, the Titan's going to recover back to its engineer hide. The tanks may go back with it, or if we're confident in support, the tanks are going to remain there. As soon as it's laid, we're going to have the armoured infantry. They're going to be released. Currently in Warriors, the vehicle may differ soon. The armoured infantry are going to force their way across this bridge. They're going to create a bridgehead force. So we're talking 500 metres, 1,000 metres off the other side of the river. They're going to dismount. They're going to create jab screens. So if enemy armour tries to counter punch, we've got the ability to fight back. As soon as the enemy armour, as soon as our armoured infantry is there, then the tanks are going to come. From the reserves, they're going to hammer forward 2k in advance to hold on to that ground, keep scanning, form that ring of steel that we can protect ourselves with.
And I guess the hull, the vehicle, goes back and can get another bridge if you've got one available, you know, and carry on that progress. So it doesn't always have to recover its own bridge to keep going.
Absolutely. We could have a stack of bridges and 3 crossings lined up.
So still vitally important, again, think of the modern battles, even in Ukraine at the moment, a lot of the defences lines are along river lines because, just think about it is hard getting a heavy vehicle across water. So what are you going to do? You're either going to have amphibious vehicles or bridge layers like this. One of the vehicles that might be going across.
Absolutely, so we've done our support vehicles, now we're moving on to the fighting fleet. What you see in front of you is the Jackal. More specifically, the Jackal 2, easily identifiable because it's got greater armour on the underneath, divert IED blasts, and the gun ring is set slightly further back. Designed as a reconnaissance vehicle, this is going to operate in the deep battle space, okay? This is going to push well forward. It's able to operate independently as a troop for about 10 days. 500-mile range, you can refuel off the troop sergeant's vehicle, a 6-wheel Coyote, fast attack, reconnaissance, fire support. One of the rather cool features of it, it's got its adjustable suspension, so it can raise itself up to go over rough ground to avoid it being beached, or it can drop itself right down by that stable firing platform with a 50 caliber machine gun on top.
And the idea of this open top is so it's got this great all-round visibility, there's nothing much in the way, and of course originally the design of that was really for Iraq, Afghanistan operations, but we've now basically got it so we're going to be using it. It's a bit nippy on Salisbury Plain on a winter's day, but you're now given kit to protect yourself for that.
Absolutely. In terms of openness, yeah, it's a reconnaissance vehicle, like cavalry, not a great reconnaissance vehicle. It's got no silencers, it's not great, you can't see out. That's why it's there. Most recently, it's been deployed on Bovington, which is a UN peacekeeping operation in Mali, and it was used to great effect there. Being able to rapidly and quietly move across vast ranges as a long-range desert reconnaissance group without the massive logistical chain that a wheeled vehicle would have.
And obviously on the road as well, you know, when they're going from Germany through Poland, you know,